gave Sarah to you and to this world, and God has taken Sarah. But it also comes back to our minds as people who are still living. What is that good thing that will be talked about you when you're no more? We can say Sarah was a down-to-earth minister, a down-to-earth person, such a loving person, a uniting person, a person who would impact to humanity. She would always come to all the members of parliament. I have a university, metropolitan, bring your children and they study there, giving scholarships. She was always there for children. When she was a minister in the Ministry of Gender, she would always come to the house and talk about issues of children. What is that will be talked about you? What legacy are you leaving behind? This should be a time of reflection. What have you impacted in people's lives? Sarah has impacted in people's lives. And it is something that we must learn, that while we are on this earth, we must work for humanity. We must be able to support each other. There is no time for us to start in fights. We are living borrowed life, as the Archbishop said. When the owner comes for it, he will be gone. You may not have a chance to say, I am sorry for whatever happened. And on the same vein, I want to ask, if Sarah ever hurt anybody, can you find it in your heart to forgive her? Please forgive her. To the son, we are all orphans. The God we serve is the father of orphans, the mother of orphans. You must accept reality that she is no more, and it teaches you to grow. But make sure you keep the name alive. Be the good boy that your mother would always want you to be, that your mother would always be proud of. The God that we serve will see you through and put you wherever your destiny will want you to be. As I conclude, I want to bring a condolence message from the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, that is Honorable Jessica Alupo, a pearl. And the condolence message is written to the bereaved family of Honorable Sarah Mateke, and enclosed is 5 million shillings. Brethren, as we see Sarah off, may we find time to continue praying for this family. Even when we are believers, and we know that the Lord says anytime you can be called to go and serve your God, it is not an easy thing to accept that a young lady like that, just went just like that, from nowhere. You see a person sitting and a person is smiling, and within no minutes, the person is gone. Not because that there are no medical services, not because there is nothing, but you just see that the person is gone. And I want to accept with what the Archbishop said. Let's be mindful of ourselves. Let's be mindful of ourselves. Check ourselves. Make sure that we are in a position that you can be able to understand what is happening with yourself. I want to wish everybody who will be going to Kisoro, journey mercies, and may Sarah's soul rest in perfect peace. Sarah, till we meet again.
Thank you very much, the Right Honourable Speaker. Your Grace and fellow mourners, allow me now to invite the parents, led by Justice Nyirabashitshi Christopher, to come and make your speech.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Good morning, brethren. Your Grace, the Archbishop, the Bishop Emeritus, the clergy, the Right Honourable Speaker has stepped out, the Right Honourable Prime Minister Emeritus, I can see the representative of the President has gone out, Honourable Ministers, Honourable Members of Parliament, dear mourners. Honourable Dr. Nyirabashitshi Mateke, at the time of this tragedy, was in Kisoro and has remained in Kisoro. So he delegated me to represent him in giving the eulogy. And he says, these are his words, that we brought nothing into the world and we take nothing out. The Lord gives and the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Your Grace, Nyirabashitshi is a visitor, as we said, and the visitors come to go. So as a visitor, she has gone, she has left us. Sarah was the third born in a family of 6. The firstborn, Agure, passed on. Now the tragedy has befallen us, so 4 children remain. He has left a son, Isaac Togume, and a nephew who is also his son, Isaac Mukiza. Uncle Philemon says, Sarah was humble, Sarah was unifying, Sarah was pro-people, Sarah was dedicated, she never antagonized anybody. Yes, he's hurting for what happened, but he's hurting as a believer. He told me to thank specifically these people. His Excellency, the President, for having, out of the so many people in Uganda who are eligible to be ministers, to have found Sarah a befitting person to be appointed as a minister among the so many people. And from the Minister of Gender, I would say it's an elevation. She had been elevated to the Ministry of Defense. We can't take it for granted, but we owe it to the appointing authority, His Excellency, the President. The Right Honourable Speaker, who has just gone out, has been with us all throughout since Saturday, physically, running up and down, Murago, Mengo, wherever I've been, Nsangi, up today. We want to thank the government for giving Sarah such a befitting send-off. We want to thank all of you who are here for taking your time off to come and condole with us. The Ministry of Defense, you have done us good. You have showed us that you loved our daughter since Saturday. I think you have been in meetings throughout. Madam Zoti Biengoma, Mrs. Edith Buturu, Tajime Mutabazi, and the clerk to Parliament, and other support staff. We want to thank you most sincerely. What you have done in Kampala and what's going on in Kisoro. Hereafter, some people will go to Parliament for eulogizing. The body will be taken to Kisoro tomorrow. Burial shall be on Thursday. Those who can make it, you are welcome. Those who cannot make it, it is understandable. Again, I want to thank you very much for taking your time off. Akiraje, for such a wonderful sermon. Thank you very much. I can't take it for granted. And with those few words, may the soul of Michael Sarah rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those encouraging words from the parents. Allow me now to invite the siblings, Jonan, Patience, and Ruth.
Praise God. Good morning, church. I'm here standing on behalf of my family, my siblings, Janan and Patience, and Dr. Gideon, who is in Kisoro right now with our parents, Right Honorable Speaker Anita Among, who just left, cabinet ministers here present, members of parliament, all government officials, the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, the clergy, and all protocol observed. Fellow mourners, I'm speaking on behalf of my siblings, as I had already said, Dr. Gideon, Janan, and Patience standing next to me. We would like to first and foremost thank His Excellency, the President of Uganda, who deemed it fit to appoint our sister to different ministries. It shows the confidence he had in her capabilities to deliver. We thank our parents who have been a source of support for Sarah and the whole family. We particularly thank and would like to thank our mzee, our dad, who laid a firm foundation for the late Honorable Sarah's political career. We thank you both for the exemplary and selfless service. We also would like to thank the voters who gave Honorable Sarah a landslide mandate in a very special way. We thank you. We believed in her to be your right leader, and she has not disappointed you. Her actions spoke for themselves. We thank her colleagues in cabinet and parliament for all the support you rendered her during the term of her service. Especially, she talked a lot about Diane and Esther. We appreciate your love. All those who have crossed paths with her will attest to the passion she has had in service. Our hearts ache with a pain the words cannot fully express, as we mourn the loss of our dearest sister, whose light has been extinguished way too soon. Her absence has indeed left a void that can never be filled. Sarah was more than just a sibling. She was a confidant, our cheerleader, our friend. Her laughter was infectious. She had a way of brightening even the darkest days with her kindness and compassion. We will cherish the memories we shared, our childhood adventures, our chit-chats, and the countless moments of laughter and joy. Her spirit will live on in our hearts forever. While we grieve her loss, we also find solace knowing that she is at peace. I take this time to thank Isaac and Junior. Thanks for being such wonderful children to our sister. We're going to stand with you all the way. I remember her saying to me before Isaac, when anything happened to me, that's your mother, and pointed at me, which was last year. Isaac, you have lost your biological mother, but you have two mothers standing here, and we're going to be with you all the way. Whatever education level you want to reach, you'll reach there. You have Uncle Janan, you have Dr. Gideon as your uncles, and they'll be there for you all the way. You have a grandmother and a grandfather who love you with a passion. We know they'll be there for you all the way. I really appreciate you, boys. I don't know how much to thank you, but I really appreciate you. You were there for her all the way. From the beginning of whatever happened. I was on phone call with you, Junior. I appreciate you. I don't know how to thank you, Junior. I thank you, boys. I can't thank you enough. I appreciate everybody who has come to be with the family. May God bless her soul, and may her soul rest in peace.
Thank you very much for the powerful words. Let me take this opportunity now to invite Isaac. I think both Isaacs, you can come together. So, children.
I start by greeting you all with respect of all your different protocols. My name is Tugume Isaac Warren, and I am the son to the late Nyirabashitshi Mateke. We are all here to say a goodbye to one of the best the world can ever offer. If I were here to start talking about all the good deeds that my mom did, then trust me, would spend more time than I think, because of how good she was to all the people. It is so funny how we used to see her dress smartly every morning and watch her go to work, and now it is us to find the perfect cloth to say goodbyes to her. My mother was literally my heart. Her love was the foundation upon which all our strength and trust was built. I am not the only one that can testify the wonderful love because she was a mother to all. Biologically, I was the only child, but she never gave me the chance to say that I am the only child because of how many people we always were at home. Losing her feels like a part of us is missing, but we are comforted by the great love and care she showed us to all. My mother was a generous woman, God-fearing, and she's one woman that was very close to God in a way that, however much her day would always be tiresome, she always reached home in her room and made it a point to kneel down and thank the Lord for the day. She was a selfless woman that always put others before herself. She taught me the value of hard work and the power of love. She was a guiding light in my life and always there with a listening ear. She has been a role model to many. One of my fondest memories of my mother is one time she taught me what I can call the best lesson of my life so far. In our home, everyone had a day of doing house chores, and the previous day I had completed my task. The next day she told me to do the house chores again, and I told her that would be unfair. That would be unfair if I did the house chores twice. Then she sat me down and told me, Isaac, the world itself is unfair. You have to be strong enough to face it. And here again, the world has continued to prove of how unfair it is by taking her. I am so grateful for what Mom did for me as a person, because honestly, my dad died in 2004, just 1 year after I was born. Mother always told me about the hard times she faced in those days, but what I can say, my mom was a hero that deserves to be celebrated. Her love for all of us knew no bounds, and for that I'm forever grateful. Even though she's no longer with us, there are many people in which you can see her because she was a mother of many. For example, Andrew, Charles, Felix, Anne, Daphne, Desire, Derek, and very many others. The reason I have not mentioned Junior is that I don't take him as a man that my mom has raised, but I now take him as my true biological brother. Mom was a person that never segregated anyone at home. She showed us equal love and care. In case I wanted something, and she couldn't afford to buy it for the both of us, then she never bought it, so as to keep everyone at peace at home. She has left a legacy through which the love she shared, the values she instilled, and the countless lives she touched. Mom, saying goodbye to you has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but I take comfort in knowing that you are up in the heavens watching and guiding us with the love that you showed us. Mother, there will always be a special place in my heart where I'll always have to remember you and continue to take myself the way you brought me up. I promised to always do the things that I know would keep you and Junior happy. Mom, in heaven where you are, I want to be strong knowing that you have not left a young boy, but a God-fearing man that is now ready to face the world with the guidance of prayer. I remember you told me to read Proverbs chapter 3, verse 1 to 7, whenever you are not there, and it's the only one I'm left to read. Until we meet again, Mom, rest in peace. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate the life of Mom. Your support in this difficult time means the world to me.
Good morning once again. My name is Mkiza Isaac, commonly known as Junior. Yes, I'm taken to be as the second son of Honorable Sarah Mateke. This story begins way back 20 years ago. 20 years ago when I lost my biological mother. And I've grown up with various people that were not always known my mother. They keep telling me, even my grandmothers themselves, they keep telling me, when your mother was dying, they left you to only and only Sarah and Ruth. They are the people who are supposed to take care of you, and my late Aunt Happy, who also passed away a long time ago. The 20 years I've been with Aunt Sarah, I've always called her Mom, because she's been there for me, she's provided for me. She has literally taught me everything I know till date. She has educated me from way back in kindergarten till date. Done with campus. I was awaiting on the graduation in October. It's so heavy because we've been together from the day I was handed over to her to the day of her last breath. I was with her. It's so painful to have lost a great pillar in our lives, me and Isaac, and it's so hurtful. And it's so painful because, you see, we've had a lot of good memories together, and those memories keep recurring each and every time. We keep thinking about her. And
We pray because she taught us a lot. She taught us to be God-fearing. She taught us to pray because that was like the order of the day. Every time she came home, whether you're late, anytime, before you sleep, you all had to come together and then you pray. But it's so hurtful that till date, she's no more with us. And she'll forever be missed. But our memories together are embedded in our minds, and we shall forever miss her. Thank you so much.
mwakoze kandi mwihangane imana bagirire imbabazi. Dear mourners, allow me now to invite the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, where Honorable Sarah was deployed, to first led by the Cabinet Minister, Honorable both, to lay their wreath, and thereafter he will come and make their remarks.
Distinguished mourners, ladies and gentlemen, it is apparently difficult to pay tribute to somebody you've known for a while, newly posted to the ministry, deployed, and we had just started working together. But before I get into the speech, I want to introduce a few people. The Right Honorable Rahana Rugunda, Doctor, you knew Sarah, you worked with her. You are one of the pillars from Kigezi. I want the mourners to not only see you, but I request you, as your son, to come and say something, greet the mourners before I speak. Put your hands together as you come.
Your Grace, Bishop and the clergy, the Philemon Mateke family, members of cabinet, friends. Let me take this opportunity to salute our daughter, Sarah, who without any doubt was a rising star in our national politics.